Okay, for project number 1, I bought this window from another mom in my area for $5. I bought it literally like a year ago, and I did not know exactly where I wanted to place it, so I put it behind my couch and it has been there for a year. So I finally decided I needed to either do something with this or I needed to pass it on. So I took this to my backyard and sanded it out. And I actually ended up really liking how this looked after it was sanded with some of the paint layers and such. Because as you can see, there was a layer of brown paint and white paint, and it was chipping. I really wanted to keep the chippy paint, but I was actually afraid it would chip all over my house, and I didn't want to deal with that. I have plenty of messes with my 2 kids. So I had this piece of 2x6 lying around from another project that I never used. I mixed 2 types of paint together. I ended up mixing a beige color I had from another project and like a brown acrylic paint together because I wanted to recreate that layered paint effect that I had on the actual window. So here I'm just trying to kind of make layers of paint so that I can go back and sand it and make it look like it matches my window. And then I wanted a really thick paint, so I grabbed some Waverly white chalk paint and I'm just lathering on a nice little scoop on top of all of those brown areas so that I can try to recreate that layered effect. And now I'm just going over with a layer of white paint all the way across, and then I'm going to take it out in the back and sand it down so that I can try to have it match the window as much as possible. So I picked up these wooden shelf brackets on Amazon. I believe they were like $9 a piece if I'm not mistaken. I will have the link for them below. But they were really nice quality and perfect for this project. So I actually accidentally bought 3 instead of 2 and I can't return it, so I don't know. I'll have to make something out of it. Anywho, I'm just giving it a nice coat of Waverly chalk paint in the white color, and I'm going to take my Orbital Sander to this thing and just go to town. So what I found out after I did it was that by using the Orbital Sander, it actually gave me such a rustic look to it, and it even made scuff marks on it, which turned out pretty perfect. But yeah, that was it. It was just pretty nifty. Okay, so here is what they look like all scuffed up, and do you see the cool black scuff marks? Like, it totally is awesome. And I literally just used my Orbital Sander on them, so it's pretty cool. So it took me quite a while to hang the shelf brackets because I was trying to line up the holes so that I could, drill the holes to hang. And I'm such a nerd because, I don't know, I feel like I've seen so many people do different hacks on how to do this, and I can never remember them when I'm in the moment. So if you actually have a hack on how to get the holes nice and lined up, please share it down below because I would love to try to remember something. And here I am using my handy dandy DeWalt screwdriver, my electric screwdriver. This thing is a lifesaver. I stinking love it. It is linked in the description box below if you want to check it out. And I also picked up these wall hooks. I actually picked up a bunch of them from Amazon. I will also link those in the description box. I will have a list of supplies in the description box and a link. So I'm just lining these up where I want them. And so here was my shelf, and I just lined it up and measured it out, and then I was able to screw it in place. So I was at IKEA last month, and they had these wreaths. They were like 70% off after Christmas, and it was such a nice wreath. I just could not pass it up. I think I paid like $7 for it or something like that. It was awesome. So I thought that's going to come in handy for something, and as it turns out, it's going to be great for this project. So it's just a boxwood wreath, and then I took some of this Dollar Tree Farmhouse ribbon, and I'm just making a little hanger for it. And I really just did a simple little knot, and then I tied a bow so that it could have a cute little bow hanger. So I saw this super awesome stool just sitting on the curb outside of one of my neighbor's houses, and I thought it was just so cute. So I just took it home, and I got some of my stain in dark walnut, and or actually in early American, and I just sanded it down and restained it. Then once that dried, I measured off, I think, about 6 inches from the bottom of each leg all the way around, and taped it off with painter's tape. And then I'm going to paint the bottom of the leg with white Waverly chalk paint. For this last project, I'm using dark walnut stain, and I just picked up some of these wooden coasters, or a wooden coaster from Michael's. They sell them as singles, so I just went and stained that in the front and the back. Next, I took some Waverly white chalk paint and this Dollar Tree paintbrush that kind of gives like, it kind of seemed like it would give a more of like a chippy look, or like a, I don't know, more of like kind of a chippy brush type of texture, and it did. So I'm just lightly going over the stain so that I can have like a brushed white finish, a weathered white finish. Next, I am using this ribbon that I love it dearly, but I can never find any project that this ribbon works on because it's kind of a weird ribbon. So I decided I was going to use it on this craft, and I think it's going to work perfectly. So I just used my hot glue to perfectly center it, and then I am going to glue the edges all the way down so it sits flat on top of this coaster. Next, I picked up these letters that are fabric letters from Michaels, and this particular color was on clearance. I actually had used these and I wanted to see if they still had them, and they were clearancing them out, so I bought like 5 packs of them. But yeah, they have other ones, but just not this particular color. They might actually have them at your local one, I'm not sure, but the one next to me was clearancing them out, so I bought them all up because I really love these fabric letters. And as you can see, I'm spelling out the word clean on one side. And what do you think I'm going to put on the other side? If you guessed the word dirty, well then, folks, you are right. Ding, 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 ding. I'm kidding. What a nerd. And finally, I was going to add, or I'm adding 2 magnets to the back, but I felt like the ribbon might be too bulky in the back, so I just trimmed it down. It came off pretty nicely, so I just trimmed it down on both sides, and then I'm going to add the magnets. And folks, because you stayed till the end and you are watching my project, I just wanted you to know that I made 2 extra to give away. So if you are interested, I will put a link in my description box that will give you details on what to do to enter, and I will send one of these super cute dishwasher magnets to you as a thank you for watching my video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already, and hit that notification bell. Also, be sure to check the description box below for your way of entering to win this prize. Special shout out to Just Jennifer and Kathy Burt for watching, and everyone else, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Have a great day.